Hey, everybody, welcome back to another episode of RV Rental Secrets podcast. I'm Garr Russell here with my co-host, business partner, friend, fellow zipliner. What else have we done together, Stacy?
I don't know,
I don't know.
countless number.
Course creator, all kinds of fun stuff. Stacy Maxon, and today, Stacy, you don't know what we're even going to talk about yet, do you?
No, I'm excited to find out.
Today, we're going to talk about working on your business instead of in your business. So when you and I had our meeting the other day, we were talking about, okay, how do we serve our franchisees? Like, what do we do? We're through the end of summer, things are starting to calm down, kids are back in school. And we thought, well, what can we do to serve our franchisees? And we thought, why don't we go through and start auditing their businesses with them and just looking at, ways to increase revenue, decrease stress, all the different things. So I thought, you know what, let's do that with our RV Rental Secrets podcast listeners and talk about that a little bit. How's that sound?
Yeah, I think that's a great topic and so relevant. I think in this business, it's easy to get caught up in all the little day-to-day things that are happening. You get a renter phone call, something breaks on the RV, and you're constantly like putting out little fires. And you're never taking a step back and looking at what your business needs as a whole.
Yeah. I've heard it said, find somebody who can do something 80% as good as you can, and then hand that off. And really, that's the only way. If you're looking to scale a business, or maybe not even necessarily scale, if you're looking to automate your business, if you're looking to have your business, work for you instead of you being an employee of it, part of that process is automation. Like, you have to hand responsibilities off to others. And if you don't, you bought yourself a job and you're going to end up burnout. I mean, I've literally seen 4 companies here in the last 60 days, RV rental businesses that are for sale. And I've talked to 2 of them, and literally the reason they're selling is because they're burnt out. And I start to investigate and explore with them. They're doing all the things. They're out there cleaning, they're delivering, they're troubleshooting, they're this, they're that. No wonder why you're burnout. It don't even matter what kind of business you have. You're going to get burnout if you're doing all the things and doing all the work of the business and the work on the business. You're going to burn out. It's going to happen.
Yeah, that's definitely how we ran our business the first year, because we didn't know any better. And if we continued running it like that, there's no way we could have continued. It was definitely a learning experience. And when we took a step back, I think it helped us too, because we were seasonal. So you kind of had that end in October, and then you have like the winter to rethink and regroup and decide how to better run your business. And that's really what helped us, because we were able to take a look and see what wasn't working. Like you said, we were doing all of the things, and then we were able to take that time and be like, okay, we need to hire cleaners. We need to find drivers. We can't be doing all of this stuff all of the time. And that's actually when my husband too, because one of our kind of pain points was getting repairs done on the RVs. So then he got certified as an RV tech, so he could take that over. And it was something he really enjoyed to do. So that was kind of the thing he decided to do in the business. And then we were able to outsource other things that weren't as important.
Yeah. That's the cool thing about it. You can find what you like doing. And that's one of the things about being a business owner. We think nobody can do it as good as us. Well, nobody's going to clean as good as me. And guess what? They might not. You need to delegate. Or nobody's going to deliver it as good as me, or nobody's going to answer their inquiry as good as me. You figure out, where do you feel that you're most valuable to the company? And then you outsource the rest. And if you don't think somebody's going to be able to clean it as good as you, well, how do you clean it? Write out how you clean it, write out the process, even create a video or a checklist, and hand that off and train. And come in and audit every 3 to 5 cleanings and do inspections and stuff like that. You can let go of things, but still have control over them. Oh, I like that saying. You can let go of things, but still have control over them by having systems and processes and checklists and stuff in place. And at the end of the day, it's not even a you should, it's a you have to. Because you're going to burn yourself out if you don't do that. And you're going to reach a ceiling. Most of the reasons why people start businesses is they want to determine their level of income and they want to determine their schedule. They don't want to be told when they have to be at work, when they can vacation or can't vacation. So with keeping those, couple things in mind, you structure your business around that.
Yeah, I think, you said having systems, and I think that's really important. What I've found, in my day-to-day at this point is I do a lot of Loom videos. So recording just me doing the work of what I typically do in a day, and then I'm able to download that video and create a training on it. So in our business, like I was managing social media at one point, writing all of the newsletters, and I'm able to record what I'm doing, then take that transcript and turn it into a training. And now I'm able to train other people on how to do that. Like you said, even if it's 80% as good as I was doing it, so that can free me up to take care of the franchisees and, do some of the work that's more important in the business.
Yeah. It makes me think of this quote here. I'm going to see if I can find it because I want to say it right. I'm not seeing it, but basically it talks about documenting and how important it is to document. And a lot of times if we try to sit down and say, okay, well, I'm going to document how you do something, how I clean an RV, it's better to actually do it while you're cleaning the RV. It's easier to document while you're doing the thing instead of trying to look back and think of how to document, when you're not doing the thing. So you can literally be integrating that because you say, well, I don't have time to document. I don't have time to this and that. Yeah, you actually do it while you're doing the thing. And especially with technology nowadays, man, you can use your voice recorder. Like when I wrote my last book, my real estate story, I literally would go on walks, turn on my voice recorder, record it, put it into our Searchy software. It would transcribe it. I would send it over to my editor. They edit it. And then there's my book. Like it was all done through voice text. And the same can be done with putting together systems and processes. Find out what works best for you, whether it's recording something through voice, shooting a video and transcribing it. It can be done. It's just you taking the time to slow down and just do it. And then when you look back, man, like Stacy, if we look back at all the things that we've created together the last couple of years, I mean, we just have endless amounts of documentation and videos, and it's amazing.
Yeah, that's so true. And like you said about, documenting it as you're doing it, that's really helpful. You can pay someone on Fiverr to just give them that data and then they can create that video or training software for you. I know there's different AI. I think it's Trainual is a software where it basically just takes your process and creates like a whole training system on it so that you could give to staff and kind of creates SOPs for you. So something like that, you don't have to take the time. It's just paying a little bit of money and someone else can build it out for you.
Yeah, exactly. There's a good software too for cleaning, Hostfully, Hostfully. It's built for Airbnb, but you can go in there and tweak it however you want. And then literally your cleaner will check a box, take a picture, and it's another way to automate. It's just a simple way to automate. And on that note, one of our little secrets that we teach our fireside franchisees, when it comes to finding cleaners, a really simple way to do that is to go into your local Facebook groups there in your community and place a post that says, hey, I'm looking for people that clean Airbnbs. And what's going to happen is you're going to get a bunch of comments, a bunch of private messages of people that clean Airbnbs. And then you're simply just, now that you laid that framework out of, you're looking for people that clean short-term rentals, you're just simply going to say, hey, it's great that you clean Airbnbs. I actually own an RV rental company and I'm looking for people to clean my RVs. But if you go on the Facebook group and you put in there, hey, I'm looking for people to clean RVs, there's going to be some confusion there. Okay, like clean RVs for what? Like clean it when you get back from using it, or like it's for a dealership, or, how does that work? So if you frame it the proper way, then you're getting the right audience. Oh, Stacy, that reminds me, we need to give away a prize from our last podcast.
Oh, that's right. So our last podcast was about customer reviews. And we asked everyone to leave us a review for this podcast, and we were going to give away our fire starter course that teaches you how to start and operate an RV rental business.
Yes, yeah. So we've got, Stacy, do we have a winner then you want to announce?
Yes, let me pull that up quick. So we had Bob Toll. He wrote, I've been renting RVs for over 8 years and still learn things from this podcast. So thank you, Bob, so much for leaving this review. You can email me at stacy@rvrentalsecrets.com and I will get you a link to that free course.
Awesome. Thanks, Mr. Bob. I appreciate it. And, you know, in the spirit of generosity, why don't we do, what can we do that's just like outrageously giving? How about we just do this? How about everybody else who left a review? If you want to send an email with a screenshot of your review, we'll send you a copy of the course as well for free. And let's go like above and beyond. And anybody that's listening to this episode that goes on and leaves a review today, whatever the air date is of this episode, you go on and leave a review, shoot us an email. We'll give you a copy of the course as well. How's that sound, Stacy?
Yeah, that's amazing. I'm looking forward to getting all these emails so I can get them a link to the free course. And for anyone that hasn't started an RV rental business yet, this is the perfect opportunity for you to learn how to get started. So make sure you leave that review.
Yeah, most definitely. And basically we created this, we used to sell this course for $1,000. And we basically created a course to show somebody how to rent out their RV. And I'll be honest, there was a selfish motive behind it, y'all. I'm going to confess before you. We were just talking to our kids yesterday about confessing our sins to each other. So I'm going to confess to you guys, our goal of creating this course was not necessarily just to sell it. Our goal was to find like-minded entrepreneurs that rent their RV and they see like, oh my gosh, this could be a business. And then try to walk them up what we call our value ladder into starting a fireside franchise with us. So who knows, maybe that'll be you. You'll go through the course, you'll rent your RV, you'll love it. You'll see the massive amount of value that we're giving you. For those of y'all listening, we're giving you for free, which normally is $1,000. And you'll say, man, I want to join the fireside family. I want to hang out with Stacy and Garr, which we'll be hanging out in January. We do our yearly retreat at Tampa at Camp Margaritaville around the Tampa RV show. So y'all could jump on the fireside family and wow, I'll be hanging out in January.
I know, I'm so excited for that. I've got some fun stuff planned that I'm getting to do all the research and get everything set up now. So I'm super excited to share details once I get everything finalized.
Yeah, I love it. Community, us all just getting together, eating some s'mores together. I talked Stacy into ordering us a masseuse because, I mean, when you think of camping, don't you think of masseuses? Masseuses, is that a word? I don't know, it just sounded fun, you know, like get massages.
Yeah.
I'm definitely a glamper. I am
Oh,
not.
yeah.
Yeah, when you talk about getting a massage while you're camping, it makes you think of coming back from a tent camping trip and needing a massage. But no, we get them while we're camping as we go into our AC 30+ foot RVs and luxurize the camping experience. Back to our show topic of working on our business instead of in our business. One of the things that I'm huge on is there's this race to the bottom, you know, and the platforms are a little bit at fault for it. We're a little bit at fault for it. People coming in that don't realize that you need to properly price your RVs are a little bit at fault for it. And so you got these people that are $50 a night, you know, and a 1 night minimum, and that are really making it hard on some sense. And so I'm a big advocate of don't join the race to the bottom, add value. So instead of thinking, okay, do I need to lower my nightly minimums? Do I need to lower my price and offer free delivery? And, you know, you can bring your 7 dogs and all those things so that I can get a rental. No, don't do that. Focus on showing more value. You know, there are value shoppers out there. There's people out there that want a great deal. Great. Let them go with the people that are offering a great deal. There's people out there that this is their summer family vacation and they're looking for value. They want a nice camper. They want to vision themselves inside that camper. So if you have a camper that's beautifully staged and all the lights are on and the blinds are up and there's pillows and it shows the setting at the table, and even you got the cans of Coke sitting out and the s'more kit sitting over in the corner. Like, you paint that picture for them, they're gonna go with you and pay a premium instead of going with Joe Blow, who offers free delivery. So I just want to encourage you in that respect. When it comes to working on your business, find ways to offer value instead of joining the race to the bottom. Stacy, what's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's worked for us. This past couple years, we worked on just having fifth wheels and kind of having a more luxury experience. So instead of doing more and more add-ons, we've actually created a more inclusive package where we're giving them the camp chairs and the awning rug so they can have that luxury experience. And we're charging premium prices for that, and we're finding the right customer who values that experience. So it's definitely been working for us.
Yeah, for sure. And you'll find what's going to happen. I know one of the things that Stacy and I joke about, and some of our other franchisees, I finally just got Mike in New York to increase his nightly minimums for next year because he's been running himself ragged. He's got 2 locations with us. He's a rock star. He's the #1 account on RV Share. Like, they are crushing it. But one thing Mike learned the hard way this year, he's doing 2-night minimums. So they're working rampant throughout the weekend. And my advice had always minimum during the summer when school is out. And I remember Stacy, I remember Tammy too, that used to be with us. I remember y'all freaking out about that when I advised you to do that. And like you, Stacy, I mean, you were like into May, right? And you had like no bookings or only a couple bookings.
Yeah, that first season.
Yeah, and you were sweating. Tell everybody how it ended up for you.
Yeah, so it was the year of COVID too, and we signed up in September. We worked all winter to get all of our rental units. I think we started with about 10. And in May, we didn't have any reservations, nothing for the entire summer. And, we were scared at that point because it was like, okay, like, we've done all this work and we're not getting any return. So I think it was like the very first week in June, we got our first booking. And then after that, I don't know what happened, but it just like blew up where we were just being found on RV Share and through the Fireside website. And we're like fully booked for the entire summer. And by the end of the summer, my husband, we were so busy, we kind of had to take a step back, and he was working full time, and we had to make that decision. Okay, we either need to scale back on the business because we can't manage all this on our own. I mean, I guess looking back, like, we could have started hiring people so that we weren't working on the business, but we actually made the decision for my husband to quit his full-time job. And we went all in on the business, the 2 of us, because we just had that passion for it and loved it so much. Yeah. And we were, getting those weekly minimums, which we never would have thought possible if someone hadn't pushed us to do that.
Yeah, the thing about it that's amazing is a lot of those bookings, they're going to be last minute with a higher minimum like that, because the owner that's renting their camper out to the Weekend Warriors for 2 nights, and the camper comes back trashed or damaged or whatever, they can't get it turned around in time. They're now reaching out to you, and you're filling your calendar with these longer bookings. I remember when I had just my location in Michigan, I had 55 units, and man, the amount of last minute bookings I got for 7 nights, and the people were only using them for 4 or 5 nights, was incredible. Because basically my unit was the option that was left. And they're like, hey, and you might think, oh my gosh, Garr, what a crook, you're taking advantage of these people right in their moment of need. And hey, guess what? I'm not trying to impress you. I was trying to take care of the customer. Guess what the customer was saying to me? Okay, now that you just chewed me out saying I'm a crook. The customer was saying, Garr, you saved our vacation. Garr, I'm so glad this camper was available. This is amazing. My kids were looking forward to this all winter long. And now, thanks to you guys, this is going to happen. So again, this is a business. We're coaching a lot of y'all that you're just renting your 1 camper, or maybe you've gone to 2 or 3 campers. You got to take the emotions out of it. This is the business. At the end of the day, a business operates to create profit, to serve customers, and to serve ourselves and our family. So just keep that in mind.
Yeah, exactly. And one other thing I wanted to mention, we were talking about the RV industry event and kind of going back to, working on your business. And we've talked about it in another episode, is taking those business courses, finding those mentors, going to those industry events. That's how you can work on your business instead of in it, and elevating yourself, and that growth within yourself, whether it be business or personal development, is really going to get you further in your business than doing those day-to-day tasks.
Yeah, most definitely. You've got to take time to be mentored. You've got to take time to learn and grow yourself personally and professionally, and do all those things that for some reason those become last priority in the heat of the summer when business is busy, when really those are the things that need to be first priority, because they properly prepare us to be productive and to not burn out and to do things efficiently and effectively, but it's so easy. We think, oh, this is the item that needs to get addressed. Well, it's not as important as the foundational things that we actually need to be doing.
Yeah, I find that when I take a step back from the business, whether it's I go for a walk or we're on vacation, and I just have that time to think and be creative, that's usually when I come up with some of my best ideas to move the business forward.
It really is. Isn't that amazing? Well, let's call this episode a wrap. And how should we end, Stacy? Anything special we should do?
I think just a quick reminder to everyone to make sure they leave that review, and go ahead and email me a screenshot at stacy@rvrentalsecrets.com, and we will get you access to that free course. And we're excited to hear what you think about it.
Awesome. That sounds like a great way to end it. All right, y'all, be blessed.